Microphone. Hopefully it's on now. Okay, it is. I don't know why Streamlabs decides to do that every now and then. It set it to some random device, but hey, glad to see you guys in here. Glad I noticed that right off the bat. My microphone wasn't working there. Welcome Weather Tracker, Misty, Isabel, Chip, Sam, and that random guy as well as Proxy and Haley to the live stream, and everyone else who was tuning in may not be chatting. Glad to have you here as well. I'm going to go ahead and mute the desktop audio so you guys don't have to hear that beeping every time we get new satellite imagery updates. Let's go ahead and switch on over to our main scene here. We do have a severe. I just wanted to make sure I could switch to that. So actually, you know what? We're going to switch to this so that way I can also show you guys the satellite imagery above my face cam there of Ernesto. So currently, Ernesto is a tropical storm with sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, gust of 70 miles per hour, or yeah, gust of 70 sustained at 60. Satellite imagery looks just like this here above my face cam. Then you can see the radar in front right here. So you have your radar imagery here, satellite above my face cam, and this is quite rapidly approaching landfall here. It's going to most likely make landfall in the next hour or so, hour and 20 minutes or so. We should have this making landfall probably over the British Virgin Islands. That's going to be the main area for landfall right in here. So it turned quite considerably more east. The first portion of the forecast turned more to the east, and if we go up here, the end of the forecast up towards Bermuda actually shifted considerably more west. Last night it was more like this. We had more of a line like that, and this afternoon, well, now technically this evening, we have a line that goes more like this. So a lot more west on the new National Hurricane Center forecast there. I don't know if we'll be live till 8 o'clock, but we're definitely going to be live for quite a while here. It's going to be probably closer to a 2-hour live stream as opposed to you know, our normal 1-hour briefing. I do want to go see where's our greatest severe threat today. I think it's Colorado. So we'll keep a radar in Colorado. We'll just keep a radar in Colorado for now. But yeah, that's your look at radar here. You can see it is very, very, very quickly moving to the northeast. We get a scan about once every 5 minutes, which is not too bad whatsoever. That's normally what Texas gives us every time we have a severe event down there. Normally, our Texas radar sites are scanning every 5 minutes as opposed to like 2 to 3. So you can see this is quite rapidly moving off to the northwest here. Should make landfall to the east of Puerto Rico in the U.S. Virgin Islands, right in this area here. And this could have potentially as high as hurricane force wind gusts. Now, sustained winds are at 60. Recon's finding more and more higher and stronger wind speeds with this every single time they go in. So it's definitely on a strengthening trend. Let me go ahead and bring you guys over to the National Hurricane Center. We'll switch over to this scene so you guys can see it full screened. Here is the National Hurricane Center. There's Ernesto. Like I said, we have wind gusts of 70 with sustained winds of 60. It's down to a 101 millibar, which is actually a fairly high pressure. I mean, this thing's almost nearing hurricane force from what I've seen on satellite as well as from what Recon's gathering. I wouldn't be shocked if they make this a hurricane at any given advisory. Matter of fact, we do actually have hurricane watches out for Puerto Rico. If you remember a couple days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, I mentioned we could see watches get issued, hurricane watches get issued for Puerto Rico, and that is now in place. So make sure if you're in Puerto Rico, you're in all of Puerto Rico is under those tropical storm warnings, but the eastern extent and maybe a small portion of central Puerto Rico there, mainly the east extent though, under the hurricane watches there in pink. Could see some locally hurricane conditions out there as this progresses off to the northwest, and it might strengthen into a hurricane as it's literally right as it gets off of the U.S. Virgin Islands, just to the barely to the north of Puerto Rico. This is going to strengthen into a hurricane, likely anywhere. I don't think we'll see it at 8 o'clock, but anywhere from like 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern. Then I think we can see a hurricane form somewhere between 11 p.m. 2 a.m. Eastern. I think we'll see a Category 1 hurricane form up. This has actually been on quite the intensification phase. I believe yesterday's live stream, it was at 40 miles per hour sustained. It's now at 60, like I said. And I mean, we could go to the Newcomb, but yeah, the Newcomb is not going to be too useful because it's Puerto Rico is not really that much of an inland area. We could still see it if we just do the comparison here. Here's our old one. You can see it's just a small portion of central Puerto Rico that it doesn't show under tropical storm warnings, and then the new one does show that. So that's the main difference with the cone. It will show inland warnings, which, like I said in yesterday's stream, is going to be very useful for windstorms impact the U.S. So still looking at impacts for Bermuda later down the line here, very late Friday into all of Saturday, maybe even into very early Sunday, as well as what will at that point be probably a hurricane, maybe even major hurricane Ernesto, moving up to the, at that point, like I said, north-northwest. Still don't see this hitting the U.S. We do have some rip current potential. I think they were talking about... I think it was up in this area here, and as well as back out in South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. I'll have to go back and look at the NHC for that, but there is 2 areas of rip current potential, so that's just over the next few days. I'm sure they'll continue to increase that, and we'll probably see it along a good chunk of the eastern seaboard as this system eventually moves towards Bermuda, allowing for higher rip currents there. Welcome, Pez. Glad to see you in the stream. Yeah, Chip's been mod for a very, very long time. One of the first mods on this channel. Alright, let me go ahead and show you guys the satellite. More closer look at satellite imagery. Let me see if this updated. It did not. I left that up to see if it would, and it never did. So you have to refresh this every time you want a new update. So that's our current satellite imagery as of just 2 minutes ago. Just 2 minutes ago, our low pressure is somewhere in this big blob of convection moving up to the northwest. Tropical storm force wind speeds are mainly on the east-northeastern side of Ernesto right now. Still, tropical storm impacts will be felt in Puerto Rico as well, but the majority of impacts will most likely stay off to the east of Puerto Rico and as well as the north of Puerto Rico. Let's see. Is it moving more west in the further extent of the cone trend? I mean, yeah, it's definitely moving more west. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes more west at the 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and even the 2 a.m. advisory. Newer models continue to shift it more and more west to Bermuda. We were looking at that yesterday. Yesterday they were very close to Bermuda, and I believe even one had landfall on Bermuda. Now I haven't seen a single one with landfall on Bermuda. They're all to the west, and some even to the well to the west. I have no idea where that storm is. We can go and quickly check on severe weather. Oh, tornado report. What the heck? Brief landspout tornado lasted less than a minute at 4:56 p.m. Eastern. Wow. I didn't see that. I did not see that at all. Not till just now. I haven't really been paying too much attention to severe weather. I did look. The only severe weather I tracked was a tornado warning up here in Idaho. None of these look good. None look good at all. If I'd be watching any for severe, or rather tornadic potential, it would probably be this one up here. One of these two. I don't know exactly which one. I just keep an eye on these because it's Colorado. So I wouldn't be shocked if we end up with one of those storms becoming tornadic later today. Near Colorado Springs. This one down here, north or south of Colorado Springs, because if you say north, I wouldn't be surprised, because that might actually be trying to form a hook, little area of rotation, but it's nothing too interesting at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Go back to our main radar site here for Puerto Rico. And you can see the main convection here. Your low pressure is just out in front of that convection, so your low's like right here. It's not actually here. It's more in front of that convection according to the National Hurricane Center. So it's like right here, moving to the northwest. So I think we'll see landfall somewhere. We should see a generally sharp northward turn, because right now it's moving northwest, and it should take a more northern turn like this. So we should see it turn, and whenever that turn happens, it should turn right into the U.S. Virgin Islands. You can see that from the NHC forecast. If we go back over to that, you can kind of see that turn. They actually have it going just dead northwest. It's actually moving more like this, and then it's going to take a bit more of a sharper turn to the north. So it's going to be a bit wobbly. It's a little bit of a wobbly storm there. It ain't moving dead northwest at the moment. I mean, that's pretty dead northwest. That's pretty much as northwest as you can get. It's moving just like this. We'll see. I mean, it's moving pretty far away from the NHC's center there. Can I please fix my Streamlabs? There we go. We'll look at that from here as well so you can see it. Yeah, I mean, here's the low pressure right here. That's quite far off from the NHC's forecast. They did the advisory right about when the radar was here. Right about here is when they did that advisory. They put the low pressure here. So if we just follow that blob of convection, you can see that put it, according to where the NHC has it, here. A little bit more east of where I drew there. So somewhere in this area we have our low, and it is moving off to the northwest. It's not taking any very sharp northern turn or more of a north-northwestern turn. It's currently moving dead northwest, because this is more north-northwest, moving like this. And currently it's moving dead northwest. So it's going a little bit more west than what the NHC has. What about your area for Thursday? Thursday, I was looking at that severe threat. NHC upped every day. We now have 3 slight risks, whereas yesterday we actually had no slight risks on any of the upcoming days. So now we have today is a slight, tomorrow is a slight, and then Thursday is a slight risk as well. Unfortunately, the most significant day I see is Thursday, but I don't believe it's going to be in your area, Girl Dev. I see it being in central Missouri, eastern Kansas, southern Illinois, maybe into extremely far southwestern Indiana, but I'll definitely keep an eye on Thursday for you for sure. We'll see how tomorrow goes in terms of convection. We could see a very significant MCS, or we could see a very messy mode of clustery supercells. Or that capping could hold and we barely see anything. Puerto Rico's being impacted now. You guys aren't being hit by anything too significant, but you're being hit by outer rain bands, probably some damaging winds. I believe we had a wind gust not associated to a thunderstorm of about 40 in this area of Puerto Rico. So you're getting impacted. It's just not going to be as significant as what it could have been. It looks like the bulk of it's staying off to your east at the moment. As opposed to like what the future radar looks like. I mean, none of our model runs are really that good with future radars this close. But yeah, I mean, I'd just be very, very weather aware if I'm in Puerto Rico. The northern and the southeastern side, I know that makes no sense, but like the northern and southeastern side of Puerto Rico, this area here, that's what's probably going to be impacted the most. This area is still going to get some. I think the least impacted area will be the southwest extent of Puerto Rico. So your heaviest impacts will probably be right in here. Your impacts will still be very much present in the middle of that, all in this area. And then the least impacts would probably be out in the southwest extent. At least from what I see from the NHC's forecast, they have the majority of impacts being on the kind of the east side of Puerto Rico. Of course, could still see impacts out here, but it looks a lot less notable. And then the southwest side should be generally a lot not completely, not completely safe from the tropical storm, but if you want to like evacuate out from like a coastal area, or you're just really worried about this, the southwest side of Puerto Rico should see very minimal impacts. It looks a whole lot less likely we'll see much out there in the southwest side of Puerto Rico. I'm surprised our terminal radar can actually pick up on Ernesto there. Yeah, it does look like it's moving right towards Puerto Rico. I mean, our forecast is calling for it to move more north than that, so there's a more quicker sped up loop. I mean, you could see it's clearly moving right for northeastern Puerto Rico, but it should take a northern turn. It doesn't mean it will, but it should. Unless it defies physics, which wouldn't surprise me because we've had a couple systems that have attempted to do so. It should start taking a more northern turn. It's already going way more west than initially forecasted. At least from the NHC's newest cone. Because, like I said, the low pressure's up here, so it's moving more like this at the moment. And it should start taking a turn quite quickly and then head up towards Bermuda. So that's why I was saying, as this moves up in this general area here, for the next, 12 to 24 hours, more specifically the next 12 hours, the eastern, southeastern side's going to be hit quite a lot. And then the northern side of the island's going to be hit pretty bad as this moves northwest because it will strengthen. It's going to strengthen as it moves up to the northwest, so that will allow for more impacts on the northeastern side of Puerto Rico. Yes, I do believe it'll take a more northern turn for sure. It should. I think it will. I don't really see a way that it doesn't. It's already turned a bit, but I mean, we'll see. It ain't turning that fast. Someone said something about the U.S. Will it impact the United States in any way? So rip currents will be the biggest issue for the U.S. Let me go ahead and show you the cone here so you can see. So as this goes towards Bermuda and is very close to, if not over Bermuda, around Saturday, late Friday, all of Saturday, even into early Sunday, that's when our rip currents will most likely be the worst along the southeastern side of the U.S. And I believe the National Hurricane Center also said the northeastern side of the United States for rip currents too. This is probably going to recurve and get pretty close to Maine, Massachusetts, New England states, but then we're going to have a trough that quickly moves it on out of here very, very, very fast. So it's going to be heading right towards like Maine and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Then this trough in the, I think the trough that's currently way out here in North Dakota, South Dakota, that's going to be the one that eventually swings on in and pushes Ernesto out to sea even further. I believe that's also what's causing our severe weather today, tomorrow, Thursday, and then probably also into Friday and maybe even Saturday as well. From the island, so from like the eastern extent of Puerto Rico, so the low pressure, where the eye would be, it's about 75 miles from the far eastern side of Puerto Rico. And now these islands, I don't know if these are the British Virgin Islands here, but it's about 58 miles from those two islands. And then from the where Radar Omega at least says is British Virgin Islands, it's 30 miles away. And then from the Virgin Islands, it's 27 miles. And these are all tropical storm warnings that we have in place here. I want to show you guys the hurricane warnings. We could do that pretty quickly just by simply turning this off, pushing this to the side, pushing this to the side, and then turning off our tropical storm warnings. So there's your hurricane watches in place in the pink. I don't know if you consider that Puerto Rico. Personally, I don't, but Puerto Rico should be under some of those tropical storm watches. Yeah, Radar Omega, I believe, is wrong on that. I believe Puerto Rico is under the eastern extent under hurricane watches. I'll go check with the National Weather Service because I can't really tell too easily from, let's see, from the NHC. Oops. Puerto Rico. Oh, they're not going to have it. You know why? Because the tropical storm warnings are in place. So you actually can't tell from their side either. Oh, well. Let me show you the NHC. You can see on the NHC, and to me, it looks like the eastern side of Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico's right here. Maybe the eastern side of Puerto Rico is under those hurricane watches, but it's pretty difficult to tell. Now that I look at it closer, it looks like it's actually barely out of it, because it looks like Puerto Rico ends right here at my cursor, and you can see those hurricane watches start right at the end of Puerto Rico. So maybe Puerto Rico's not under any hurricane watches. The more I look at it, the more it looks like they're actually not. So, anyways, that's where your hurricane watches is. It appears Puerto Rico's not under any hurricane watches at this moment. We could see some for the eastern side, because we could still see potentially up to hurricane impacts there. This is going to form into a hurricane just to the northwest of, or just north of Puerto Rico. We'll see. We'll see if that. And we'll see if it strengthens before that or not. You can see it's expected to be a Cat 1 tomorrow, right around 2 a.m. It could happen just before that, depending on if it does. If it happens at the 11 o'clock advisory, then they'll issue those hurricane warnings. I don't really see a way how this is going to strengthen to a hurricane in the next 2 hours. We're very, very close to landfall, though. Low pressure is right around here. I'd say we're still about an hour out from landfall. 7 o'clock is when I'm expecting landfall, 7 p.m. Eastern. AccuWeather? I've never been to AccuWeather's site. I'm going to go to Puerto Rico on AccuWeather, see if they have something. Puerto Rico. Let's see if we got any. See what it says here. It doesn't show watches and warnings for me. I've never used AccuWeather's site ever, and I'm not gonna click on this ever again. Now I know why I don't use AccuWeather's site. Their radar's pretty good though. You know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I'm going to look up my area. Let's see what it has for my area. All right, I'm going to see how dead wrong it is. Oh, all right, y'all. AccuWeather says I'm going to get thunderstorms on Tuesday, August 20th. I will have a thunderstorm or two. Oh, look at that. All right, we'll see if that verifies. I'm gonna text Lucky to remind me about that. Let's see, a thunderstorm or two on Tuesday. We'll see how much that verifies. I'm gonna hold him accountable to that. Because that's what I did with the Weather Channel too. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. We're going to be here for a few hours, keeping an eye on this tropical storm as it makes landfall. I really appreciate you being in here. There is Caleb. Finally, Caleb. Glad to see you back in here. My after school nap. You got out at noon? 12 noon? Wow. That's very, very early. Glad to see you in here. I don't know what. Hold on. I got to go check the GFS model. So they're saying I will see thunderstorms on Tuesday. That's a week from today. Last time I checked, at least. Let's go see if the GFS has me getting anything. Not even rain. Not even rain on the GFS. Oh. Euro goes crazy. Gives me a whole lot of rain. We'll see. Those two islands are Puerto Rico. They're under hurricane watch. So, okay. So these two are Puerto Rico here. Got it. So the British Virgin Islands are up here. Then you have the Virgin Island down here. And then you also have Puerto Rico down to the west. And then the main, mainland Puerto Rico. So this whole area here is Puerto Rico. Then the Virgin Islands, this area. And then, of course, you go into the Lesser Antilles over here. All right. Let me stop looping this. We'll go back over to GR2. I really like, am I I wonder if I'm using the wrong radar site. Because it's just so much higher definition. Nope. It's just so much more higher definition on Radar Omega than GR2. That might just be because the color table I have on GR2, it's different than Radar Omega. Man. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is a pretty good tropical storm. It's fairly organized. Let's refresh this for the newest satellite imagery. So this is where your main blob of tropical storm force winds will be. Right in here. Your I believe is going to be somewhere generally there. I think maybe a little bit to the southeast of that, but right around where I just put an L. I don't even know what that is. I think that's part of the tropical storm, but I don't think that's carrying tropical storm force winds with it. I could go check recon, see. Oh, we're about to get another recon in this thing. Holy moly. Well, we'll definitely be. Oh, they're already in it. There's another recon already in it. They're about to go through the quote I. Actually, they already did. They got a 999 millibar. 999. I thought I said too many nines there. 999 millibar. So that's 2 millibars stronger, 2 millibars lower than the current NHC advisory. What in the glitch? Yeah, Recon had a big bug. 130 mile-an-hour winds. That is a big bug right there. That's not true, y'all. That's just a glitch on Recon. Very clear as day glitch. That's crazy. That's not true, but just hypothetically, if that was true, that would be the most rapid intensification ever. Like, ever. Because a storm going from 60 miles per hour to 130 in the matter of not even an hour would be crazy. It's a glitch. It is a glitch. The drop zone data, however, of a 999 millibar, that's not a glitch. So this will be dropped to 999, if not maybe even lower than that on the 8 o'clock advisory. All right, we got to go check Denver. See this hook. Oh, what? Where is this classic hook? Please, 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 please tell me you do not think that this is a hook echo. Please tell me you don't think that's a hook echo. I'd be shocked if that was possible. If it was, I'd go crazy. Please, no, you think that's a hook? Oh my goodness. Buddy. Buddy. I was expecting to see Colorado popping off when you said classic hook. If classic hook is a rain shower with a rain shower with an outflow boundary, yeah. Yeah, the outflow boundary, that's it, Misty. The outflow boundary is like the coolest part of this storm, for sure. I bet that outflow boundary has more wind gusts than the actual rain shower. Yeah, that is not a classic hook, y'all. Nope. I guess that could classify as a fake hook, but if you think that is a hook, that's... I mean, I guess it has a supercell shape, so... I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised, but... Come on, Severe Weather Tracker. You've been in this stuff for, what, years? If it was like Isabel or somebody, I'd understand, but... Come on, it's you. Alright, let's go back over here to Puerto Rico. Yeah, these bands here also could have upwards of tropical storm force wind speeds as well. I've found, when me and Lucky were chasing that tropical storm, the main tropical storm force winds on that were actually with like the outer bands of the tropical storm, which in this case is actually... This might have near tropical storm force winds, but where the actual, 60 mile per hour sustained, potentially gusts up to hurricane force, that's going to be here in the northeast quadrant. That's where, if this was, say, flop this over North Carolina or something, I'd go for that northeast quadrant of this particular tropical storm. That's where I definitely go to find the highest winds. We'll see if they fly recon through that, because I mean, if you're looking for if you're looking for the highest wind speeds, that's where, in my opinion, you'd want to go. Which actually, I know they already went through that, and it looks like they found sustained winds right between 55 to 60 miles per hour, which matches up with that advisory saying 60. That band's going to be moving on to the Virgin Islands here now. The British Virgin Islands. Let's switch over to this product. And I also want to get rid of the cone as well. Get rid of that. Make sure you guys can share this with as many people as possible. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. We do have some traffic cams out here, but they're all still images. I am going to look for, let's see. I don't think this area will have any traffic cams. Let's see. I don't know how the heck that popped up, but okay. Yeah, none of these, I don't think I could show any of these on stream, so I'm just not gonna risk it. I mean, that one's pretty good. I got a good view, but I don't know if I can show it on stream. That's the only issue. See if they have a TOS or something here. Let's see. Well, I've got a good view of it. It doesn't, the main feature here on this camera is just water. It's just pointing out in the ocean. So it's not anything intense at the moment. I don't even know where this is located. It's somewhere here. Somewhere here. If I had to guess, knowing my luck, it's probably on like the northwest side where we're not going to see as much tropical wind speeds. Yeah, but you could see that big band right there. It's getting closer to the radar site. As it gets closer, obviously, because the radar site's going to start scanning lower and lower in the storm as the storm gets closer. So those values are going to continue to increase. I don't know how much they'll increase. I imagine they're not going to get much higher than what they are now, but they're going to very gradually increase. You could see that they actually rapidly increased as they approached the radar site right there. I mean, honestly, the pattern for tomorrow, it's not unfavorable for a very significant MCS. It's just we're gonna have to have the perfect scenario unfold to see that ordeal for tomorrow night into Thursday morning. But next week, I ain't even looked at next week. Are you talking about like next Tuesday? In the northern tier of the US, or the end of this week? There's a couple different severe setups I see that could do something. We'll keep an eye on them. But again, your low pressure is going to be, I think, right here. We'll go ahead and loop this just to see if we can find that again. So it's right here. Yeah, it's going to be like somewhere out in this area. So it makes landfall whenever this kind of clear slot here gets onshore. Like I said, still looking at probably 7 Eastern. For who, Sam? Or what are you talking about? Severe weather? The majority of the severe weather looks to be in the central U.S. We'll keep an eye on the severe weather pattern over the next few days. None of them look very significant. Thursday looks the most interesting at this moment, but none look significant. Ooh. Actually, the NWS already is mentioning a couple of tornadoes with, of course, some supercells, very large hail, couple tornadoes. Let's see. Yeah, so there's a few different scenarios. We'll see. Thursday has a couple different scenarios. We could have this big line or something. Big line, clustered storm, supercellular mode. There's a lot of different things we could see for Thursday, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. The closer we get, the more we'll know. There's no like big bold setup for that, Sam. Those setups typically sneak up on you. You go to sleep with a marginal, you wake up to a moderate. You go from a level 1 to level 4 in 2 updates. I don't see any big setups in regarding that anytime soon. The pattern's favorable for it. I just don't see a setup that's more likely than another. It's favorable, very favorable for that. I mean, we're favorable for that all the way from tomorrow, which is Wednesday, all the way from Wednesday to geez, as far out as the GFS could go. It just never stops. It stays in that favorable MCS derecho action phase. Which, thankfully, the good news with that is that means the tornado threat's going to be probably fairly low. But the damaging wind threat's going to be, extremely, extremely high. And of course, with derechos, you can see tornadoes as well. So hopefully, all this gets capped out. That's very possible. A lot of these MCS and derecho scenarios get capped out very, very frequently. So don't be surprised if we're not talking about too much severe weather after like Thursday. There's already 3 slight risks in place today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday both have significant damaging winds, as well as tornado threats with them. But like I said, I don't see a setup that's more significant than the other at the moment. Thursday is just one I'm watching closely because it could pop out later. Let's see. Actually, the GFS is fairly well when it comes to severe weather. It has predicted events 200 plus hours out. It's just a matter of confidence. So I always look at the GFS, then the GEFS, or other way around. And both of them are very much agreeing on a MCS pattern, most specifically between, of course, tomorrow all the way till next Monday. So at least a good 6-7 days of potential for severe weather. And then there is some uncertainty as we go into next week if we're going to see a big trough or not. Do you want the radar loop? Because this is the radar loop. This is on GR2. And then you could do it on... I was using a Cyclone. This is a Cyclonic Weather X, WX. Why say Weather X? Why do I say that? But yeah, there you go. I mean, you can see it's still moving northwest. Like I said, your low pressure is somewhere. It's very hard to tell from satellite, but it's somewhere in here. Moving off to the northwest. At least according to the NHC. According to the NHC, it's moving exactly like this. Dead northwest. Now, from radar and even a bit on satellite, it looks like it's moving more like this. Welcome, Pete. Glad to have you in the stream. Yeah, don't pick up your phone and drive. No texting or watching the stream while driving. Let's see. I do use Windy, sometimes, yeah. I indeed do. I don't use it for like forecast and whatnot, but windy's really good for like radar. Um, Global wide radar is really good on windy because windy takes all the radar sites we have available everywhere throughout the globe, or at least the ones that I know of, and it flops it into one site. So you have radars. I mean, you have radars in East China, uh, southern India, I believe, as well. Most of Europe. Uh, you have some out in the Lesser Antilles, Dominican Republic, Cuba, all of the United States, Baja California, Hawaii, of course, most of Australia. I mean, it takes pretty much all the radars we have, flops them into one single product in sight. It's not that disorganized, no. I mean, you have a very solid blob of convection up here with a low pressure right here. I mean, it's pretty organized. Northeast side has probably near hurricane gusts with it. It's not that bad at all. And then it has a bunch of blobs down here as well. You can see some blobs up in this area, blob back here, blob over here. But the main area is right dead in the middle. Yeah, it is pretty hard to tell where the center is, but it's generally here. It's right in this area. I don't know exactly where it is. I'm definitely more leaning on the east side, like right there. Let's go see if Recon has updated at all. They're about to go through the center again, so we're about to get another drop zone. Fingers crossed we get a drop zone in the quote eye of Ernesto. It doesn't have an eye. It will eventually have a bit of a better organized low, but I don't know if we'll see an eye from Ernesto. The only way we're going to see that is if we indeed do see that rapid intensification phase as this goes towards Bermuda. I'll stop this radar loop. So again, our low pressure is somewhere out in just in front of this rain shower band here. So your low is somewhere here, moving up to the northwest. It may not. It's still moving more like this. So NHC still has it like this, of course, from that new update an hour and a half ago. But from radar, it's still moving this way, and satellite shows that as well. You can clearly tell it's moving more dead northwest as opposed to north-northwest. We'll see what they say at the 8 o'clock advisory. I'll most likely stay live for that. There's some still cameras. I'm looking at a camera right now, but I don't know if I can show it. I have a live camera that I'm watching. I wanted to look up their TOS, but it ain't there. Let's see. I can go and show you some of the still cameras that we have out there. Let's go to the, I mean, I have still cameras in Puerto Rico, but the Virgin Islands, I haven't found any out there that I can show at least. Nope, still none. Oh, well, maybe this will be something. Nope, no cams on that. We do have some on, like, eastern Puerto Rico, though. Alright. Yeah, so that main band is approaching the British Virgin Islands now. You guys are most likely seeing tropical storm force impacts Could have gusts as high as hurricane wind gusts there. I wonder where this camera is that I'm... Oh, it says it. Hold on. Let's look up this place. Did I spell that right? Nope. We have a camera right there. Oh, wow. So this camera's about to be slammed. And you're telling me I don't know if I could show this? I just don't know the rights to a site like this. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I don't think I can use this on stream. Make sure that is muted. Okay. So I got a view of it from a camera, but unfortunately I can't show you guys it. You know what? I could just flop it in chat. If you guys want to watch this camera, you can. I don't want to show it because I don't know if I'll be copyrighted, so you guys can just click on that and look at it from there. Hopefully that sends you to the correct site. Hopefully you can see that link, Brady. Sometimes YouTube doesn't show links, but if you guys can, click that link. It'll bring you to a camera. That's the one I'm watching. I can't show it on stream because I'll be copyrighted. I'll probably accidentally show it up on stream, knowing my luck. Oh, yeah, for sure, Caleb. I bet it would work. Yeah, this camera's about to be slammed, too. So it's right here in this little bay area. And this is your bands of, like, if we're going to see hurricane gusts, that's what's going to have hurricane gusts in it. And it's going to move up to the west and northwest, just like this. So it should be hit pretty harshly here soon. That's in the northeast quadrant, so... Well, I'm definitely going to keep a very, very close eye on that. Gotta wait for Recon to get through the center of Ernesto here, see if Recon can find anything new for us. I don't really expect much of a difference. They just went through it. I mean, at the most, they're going to find like a 998. They just went through it and found a 999, so we'll see what they get this pass here. I don't know exactly when they dropped that drop zone data in. 21Z, it is 22Z, so yeah, they almost an hour ago, they dropped it in at 2147Z, so almost an hour ago. It's currently 2233Z. Glad it works for you, Caleb. Can't be on it in class or detention. Well, that makes sense. I wasn't expecting you to be let on that in class or detention. Yeah, that's moving up dead west here. Watch it all go south. It's being impacted pretty bad at the moment. Oh yeah, it's very close to where that camera is. I could look up exactly where that camera is again, just so you have the exact pinpoint. It is exactly at that blue marker. So it's somewhere along the shoreline, probably on like one of these docks out here, near one of these docks in this area. Yeah, because I could literally see that red house, so it's like right here somewhere. Because when it turns, you can clearly see this house here. So it's somewhere along the shoreline here. And that area is about to be hit by this rain band here. It's being hit now. I mean, you can see it's pretty rough out there. We definitely have some gusty winds, probably just beneath tropical storm force, honestly. Most of the time, or nearly all the time. Actually, I'll just take that back. I'll just do this for you. Humans typically very much over exaggerate the wind gust that we think it is. So, say for instance, you get a gust of 20. Most of the time, you're probably going to think that's closer to like 40 or so. Like me and Lucky, when we were being absolutely demolished by sand and you guys couldn't hear us because it was so windy, that was sustained winds of like 20. So I mean, I don't even I can't even imagine how ridiculous 100-mile-an-hour winds would be. Actually, for those who were in that stream, if you remember me taking my wind gauge and putting it out the window to measure the wind speeds, when I did that the first time, we got like 60 or so, and like that thing was so loud you couldn't even hear it. You couldn't even hear. You couldn't even hear. You could hear it, but you couldn't hear. Because it was so loud. I wonder if this is going to have any storm surge. Do they have a storm surge map out here? I just thought of storm surge once I saw the wave hit the shoreline. Yeah, up to 3-foot storm surge there. I don't think we'll see a lot. I'd be pretty surprised if we see anything more than 3 feet. I'd be very surprised. Is this camera... This camera's from the future. Or am I just from the... Or am I just, like, stuck in the past? This camera's from 6:47 p.m. Eastern Time. What? Either this camera's from the future or I'm stuck in the past. What the heck? I don't know what's going on there. We'll see how bad these winds get out here. Let's go ahead and switch over to GR2 here. So we'll continue to watch this. Wait for it to make landfall. Hopefully we'll be live for landfall. We'll be live till the next advisory at 8. So if you guys can, make sure you hit that like button, share the stream with your family, friends, social media. We'll try to get this stream to 50 likes. It is greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll see what the rest of Ernesto has to hold after it impacts the Virgin Islands as well as Puerto Rico. It should be very far away from land tomorrow afternoon. It should be very well out of Puerto Rico tomorrow afternoon, right around 2. Unless it continues this western turn. I wonder where it will go if it just keeps going west. Let's see, the new GFS came in. I kind of want to see what that shows. So here's what the new GFS thinks the radar looks like now, which it's not too far off. And in 3 hours, this GFS model run takes the center, I mean, yeah, right over the British Virgin Islands. So that's your center here, takes it up to the northwest, and then boom. It actually has landfall being 11 o'clock, but we are a bit more ahead of schedule than what the GFS is depicting here. And then that center rapidly moves off to the northwest. And it, according to the GFS, it gets an eye tomorrow night. Ernesto gets an eye. And then the GFS kind of wobbles it everywhere. So it wobbles up to the west, then goes to the northwest, then wobbles up northeast, then moves northwest, then starts moving northeast, and then starts moving north, then northeast again. It goes all sorts of directions there. Oh no. Now we can't see it. We can't see where it's located, but it's right here. Right where my cursor is. This camera's getting pounded now. Visibility dropped very rapidly. When the camera points out towards the ocean, is that the direction it's coming from? Um, no, it's when it points the other way, when it points towards like the houses to the left side of the camera, that's where it's coming from. Because our camera's here, the main storms are moving from, like I said, where when it points west, because it's all moving up like this. It's all moving up from the this kind of the east southeast. So actually, when the camera points, when it looks left, it's pointing east because it turns around. Very, very confusing. Because your camera normally it's facing this way, so when it looks to the left, it looks eastward, and the bands are coming from the east southeast. There you go. There you go. I got turned around with my directions. I mean, it doesn't seem that protected to me. It seems very much prone to tropical impacts. I mean, you can see if a tropical storm managed to hit off to the southwest, kind of like what this one's doing. But if it was like a hurricane, the storm surge would probably be quite over the top for this area because it's not very protected. I mean, well, I think we'll see some good storm surge, a foot or two from this tropical storm in that Bay Area, but I don't think we'll see anything more than that. It's not very protected. It does have this like little island here to the southwest, but the storm surge is going to be flowing in from the southeast like this, from the east southeast. So if we're going to see storm surge, it'd probably be now, which we may already be seeing it. I don't know what this camera looked like, 2 hours ago. We may not be live for Landfall if this continues. We're definitely going to be here till the 8 o'clock advisory. We'll see what they say then. But who knows? Maybe it will actually be as late as 11. Maybe it actually will be, because this thing started to turn more dead west. Alright, let's see if our recon has gotten anything new. Okay, they should be doing a drop zone now. Should have a drop zone right now. They're going into the center low pressure. So that next update, which typically takes about 15 minutes, and our last update was 25? Yeah. 22:25. So yeah, we should have it any second. We should have it any second. Or it's the last update might have been 22:33. The satellite updated at 22:25, and it says the path and drop zone was as of 22:33Z. So actually add 15 to that, and you're looking at very soon. About the next 5 minutes here. I'm going to go back to that camera. It's actually not that windy now. The winds almost have calmed down. They've really calmed down a lot compared to what this was like 30 minutes ago before this band hit. They actually seem relatively on the calmer side, but like I said, if we're seeing anything close to hurricane gusts, it's going to be up in this area here. I don't know how far into that convection it'd be. I mean, we could go to the NHC really quick here, do their current wind field. So their update was about 5, so they had the highest wind speeds with this batch right here, and yeah, I mean, that's literally what's about to hit our camera over the next 50 minutes or so. And yeah, like I said, after this, just going on, or just going to go over this really, really quick here. After this makes landfall here sometime tonight. Landfall was pushed back to like 7 o'clock. But now it looks like it might be even later than 7 o'clock. So at first, like this morning, we were thinking landfall around 7. And then it got pushed to 11. And then at the 5 o'clock update, it got pushed back to about 7 p.m. for landfall. But after landfall, this is going to move to the northwest. It should be north of Puerto Rico tomorrow morning, very, very late tonight. And then well away from Puerto Rico tomorrow afternoon around 2 p.m. Strengthen into a Category 2 hurricane tomorrow night, and then maybe even push Category 3 status at some point. There's not enough confidence to increase any of these to major hurricanes. So you can see they have Cat 2, Cat 2, Cat 2, Cat 2, Cat 2, Cat 2. There's not enough confidence, but at some point we will probably see one of these change to a number 3 icon here. Um, Eventually. The most likely major hurricane status, I'd say, is just to the southwest of Bermuda, right at that point there, which would be 2 a.m., not tomorrow night, but the next night. So what's that? Tomorrow's Wednesday night, so Thursday night. Thursday night into Friday mornings are most likely time for this to be a major hurricane. See if we got got a new recon update here. We did, but they didn't do a drop zone. It might take just a little while to load in. Oh wow, a 996. Yikes! Yeah, that means it dropped 3 millibars in an hour. That's actually very impressive. 996. Jeez. I wasn't expecting that big of a drop. We went from 999. Well, okay, that's 2 millibars. 2 millibars. No, 3. I can't count. 999 to 996. That is 3 millibars. Yeah. That's not like ridiculous intensification, but that's actually not something I expected at all. You know, it's not anything like groundbreaking or anything like that, but that's low because the GFS model doesn't have it getting to like a 996 until tomorrow morning around 7-8 a.m. So it's already stronger now than what the GFS thinks it will be in 13 hours. The H-Wharf model as well, because the H-Wharf has it being a the H-Wharf has it being 1,000 millibar right now, or right around 1,000 millibar, and again it's a 996 according to Recon. The H1 has it being 1,000. Oh nope, the H1 has it being right around a 998 or so at the moment. 999, 998. Looks like now, according to new model data that's coming in, landfall will be at 9 p.m. This thing decided to turn on us. Let me go check this model run. Okay, this one's coming in too. It says, well, this one says landfall at 8. That I don't believe is going to happen considering it's further to the west southwest. Your low pressure's, I want to say it's down here, but it's probably more like this area, maybe even a little bit more north than that. Watch at 8 o'clock. They say it's made landfall. I mean, you never know. Like I said, so the NHC had the center being right here, and I mean, if we just follow that band, general area of rain, that's gonna put the low pressure somewhere up in this batch of rainfall up here. which, as you could see, is not over land. At some point, though, we should start taking a more northern turn, and we might barely clip the Virgin Islands here. Or who knows, maybe, somehow, maybe the low pressure will fit in between Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. That would be something. That would be something. It wouldn't surprise me, but that's an unlikely outcome. We see it actually manage to somehow go in between. I'm waiting for the full recon data here, waiting to see their official drop zone. Because I was reading it off of the observations from their aircraft as opposed to the drop zone data. The observations from the aircraft got it to a 996. I'm going to take a screenshot of that just to send to Lucky. Yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, it's not like really ridiculous intensification, but a 3 millibar drop in 1 hour is, that's very, very interesting, considering how we're not expecting much, if any, intensification at this moment. We shouldn't see much intensification until later tonight. We did just get a severe thunderstorm watch. I imagine that's not going to be for Puerto Rico. That's going to be out in our slight risk area. Let's see what the tag of that is. 70-mile-an-hour winds likely. 2-inch hail possible. Tornado possible as well. Tornado or two also possible. So we could see a decent event today in Colorado in terms of severe weather, maybe even a tornado. Go to the new radar here. Yeah, I mean, this storm's already producing, or was producing. They just literally just extended that. Look at that. It was producing, I think, 70-mile-an-hour winds. Yep. It actually went toward possible at one point. What? I don't see any area of rotation on this storm. At least nothing defined. That went toward possible. You're telling me that was toward possible somehow. Yeah, that's crazy. Go look back at our camera. Our camera's still alive. It's still holding on. It's being hit by, not any ridiculous rain, just some light rain. I think it's, where is it? Is it in this area? Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. It's getting hit with some light rain, some gusty winds. It looks like the strongest portion at the moment is going to the south of our camera. Yeah, that is assuming he's awake. He's probably asleep. I think he said he'll be streaming about 8? 8 or 9. Between 8 and 9. Like he said, he'll go live. Okay, he has it set for 8:30. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me go see this. Give me just a second. I want to see if this is... I don't want to clip this because I don't know if it's going to appear up on y'all's screen. So I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Give me just a moment. Okay. So we'll continue to just monitor this radar as well as the satellite and our recon data. I'll let y'all know if anything manages to change here. We should see a dot on recon here soon, indicating that drop zone data. I'm just waiting for it. Oh, this might be it. Let's see here. I want to wait for the exact drop zone data, which probably won't be till give it 5 minutes. No. No. Lucky's not in the path of this storm. He's in North Carolina. We just always make jokes about him because he seems to be sleeping 24/7. And he's gonna join us in the update. I appreciate you guys being here. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and share the stream with as many people as possible. We're gonna stay really focused on this tropical storm, but of course we'll be talking about. Oh, I got a text from Lucky. Of course, we'll be talking about severe weather as well in the U.S. Lucky's awake for once. That's crazy. Okay. So we're gonna continue to keep an eye on this, of course. Lucky's still. I've told this guy like 12 times. He thinks, for some reason, if there's any tropical system heading towards land, whether it be a low pressure with an AOI of 10% or a tropical storm, he thinks the NHC does hourly updates. I don't know exactly when they do hourly updates, but I believe it is a major hurricane threatening land within 3 hours that they will start doing hourly updates. But sometimes they just, I mean, sometimes it's like Cat 4, or really just whenever they want to. Because I've seen some where they don't do hourly updates for a major hurricane hitting land, and then others where they do. Yeah, Lucky's somehow awake. I don't know how. Let me go back and look at that camera again. Never know what we're going to see on this thing. The waves have gotten more rough. Waves have definitely gotten a little bit more rough there. Oh, this rain band was so close. Look at that. Now that's just our luck. Is this the new update? Okay, it is. Look how close that got. We might have had some yellow pixels there. It got very close. We'll see if this big batch can make it or not. This big rainstorm here. It's a higher DBZ. Gracious day, I can't speak. Higher DBZ. We'll see if that can make it to our camera. Here. Camera's right at my cursor. See all that very heavy rain to the east. We'll see if it can survive all enough or long enough to get to our camera. It depends on the storm mode, Sam. We're either gonna have a big old wind threat, or we're gonna have an all hazards threat with the tornado threat being conditional. There's a lot of uncertainty at this point on what tomorrow's going to do. But we'll see. It may end up not being a conditional tornado threat. It just depends on how things fire. Just depends on how things fire tomorrow, and especially the number one factor for tomorrow is probably going to be capping. But slowly but surely, models are starting to trend back on cap to where storms actually will fire tomorrow. That's why the SPC upgraded to Slight tomorrow. So yeah, we'll oh, let me go see that drop zone. Nope, still no drop zone data. Wow, taking a little while there. I do believe our millibar got down to a, what did I say, 996 is what I saw. I have no idea where the center of this is, though. Where did they find that 996? Let me go look at that screenshot. Hold on. Discord. So they found the lowest millibar being, here? Is it this one or the island that looks... I don't know all the islands here, so not this one. Oh. So the lowest millibar was found over our camera. That's crazy. The lowest millibar was found over the camera we're watching. That's very interesting. I thought it was the island more east, but nope. Recon went directly over our camera. Wow. I didn't even realize that. I don't think we would have been able to see it from our camera, but you never know. Y'all, should I spend 25 bucks on twisters? For Ultra HD twisters? Is it worth it? Watching it again. I'll be watching that thing forever if I do buy it. It's out on Prime now, yeah. At least digitally. I don't know if it has it for DVDs. I'm surprised DVDs are still around, but I'm glad they are. Yeah, actually, the DVD's on sale right now. At least on my end, it's $27 as opposed to $35. Digitally, though, it is you can rent it. You can rent it for $20, or you could buy it for $25. I bought Supercell for I think 25 bucks, so I'd probably just buy this for 25 bucks as well. I don't get the point in renting it for $5 less when you keep it for 48 hours. I might have to use 25 bucks tonight. Watch Twisters again. I also gotta own Into the Storm. I haven't bought that movie yet. Was that Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana event derecho? It sure was. Yep. It was classified as a derecho. I believe max winds were near 120 miles per hour. And then, of course, we had the Chicago tornado outbreak as well from that derecho. Let's see. All right. Well, we're going to just wait for that drop zone data to come through. Ooh, storm in Colorado. We got a chaser on a storm in Colorado. Where is that? That's this cell here. Definitely, definitely not tornadic from the chaser's point of view. And from radar as well. I don't really know why that was possible at one point. And then the storms yesterday that were producing near strong rotation weren't even severe warned until very late. Very late. As they started to weaken, they went severe. Everything's pretty much digital already. I don't know many people who buy DVDs anymore. But for my console, I always prefer to buy DVDs. Now for my computer, I can't. I'm waiting for this drop zone data, and it's just not coming through. I'm wanting to see their official millibar on it. I guess they're just not going to put it on here. It was $9.96. I saw it, but it's not going to be the official drop zone blob on Tropical Tidbits. I have a portable DVD reader that I could use for this, but I don't. I don't use it. All right, well, the National Hurricane Center will update within the next hour here. Most likely before 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll see the NHC update. They don't, normally they tweet it upwards of 20 minutes late, so I'm going to start refreshing the NHC site here in 30 minutes. But yeah, here's a radar loop, a very zoomed out radar loop here of Tropical Storm Ernesto. Don't know what Nightbot's on with that. Oh, it's because you said Walmart and you didn't put .com on it. Yeah, I get it off of Amazon. I saw it for $26 on Amazon. I think, right? Did I say that? Or was it $30 on Amazon for DVD? Now you're going to make me go look again. That's for me, at least. For me, ordering it on DVD is $37, and then renting it is $20, and then buying it digitally is $25. Yeah, 40 is kind of high, but the movie did just come out, so I wouldn't be surprised with that price. We got pink DBZ in here. That's DBZ. I believe at 55. Yeah, 55 DBZ there. That should wrap around, and it should wrap right around into our camera. If not, then it's gonna stay north of our camera. So we'll see what that camera shows here in just a bit. It got dark fast out there. I guess the sunset, huh? Let's see. See if the sun set out here in Puerto Rico. It definitely did. It definitely did. So, yeah, we have a camera that is right here. Hold on, let me see where we are. Yeah, this right here, I think. Yeah, right there, right at my cursor. There you go. Right at my cursor is where we have a camera at. We already went through one band of rain, and there's your second heavier band of rain that may have up to hurricane force wind gusts. We'll see if recon goes through that band or not. I don't know exactly where they're gonna go through. Currently, they're going through like the northwest quadrant of the of this tropical storm. I believe, yeah, they're in the northwest quadrant. They are way out here somewhere. Somewhere near my cursor is where recon is. So we'll see what where recon ends up going. Rotation in Kansas. Kansas. Let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go see. Please tell me it's not that severe. It is. Now looks corrupted. I could tell you that right off the bat. That's definitely more corrupted radar, based on the fact that it doesn't show up on both radars, and it also just has more pixely look to it. It's also far from the radar site, so that might be very, very upper level rotation, but at the moment that's not going to be an imminent tornado threat. Now that could change if that rotation continues to go closer and closer to the surface, but currently that's more upper level rotation, I guess. Because this is closer to the surface. You can see a tiny couplet closer to the surface with a closer radar. And then if we use the further radar site, you can see a much stronger couplet higher up in the atmosphere. So it's rotating at least a bit. So I guess we could keep an eye on that. I'll probably forget, though. We're now without any severe thunderstorm warnings in Colorado. After we just got a severe watch issued, we're now without any severe warnings in Colorado. I don't know if Recon 9 is going to go right into Ernesto, or if they are planning on landing in Puerto Rico. They're over Puerto Rico now, so we'll see if they pass Puerto Rico and go into Ernesto, or if they just land at Puerto Rico. Oh, our camera went night vision mode here. Like I said, I'm not going to show that on stream because I believe it is, I'll be copyrighted if I show that. Not going to risk it. I'm very curious to see if this band is going to wrap around like this, or if it's going to go like this and completely miss our camera. Like I said, our camera's right here. This band is currently moving generally like this. So we'll see if it misses it or not. Get jump scared by a tornado warning sound. Probably not. Those don't scare me too often. They've scared me, like, I remember once, maybe twice, but I don't really get scared by those because it's just a little beep. I could actually turn the audio back on now, just in case we do see a tornado warning. That way it could beep and you guys can hear it too. Because I don't have any audio playing. I forgot why I muted it. I don't know why I muted it. Oh, yeah, the satellite updating. That's right. Satellite updating was doing a beep. Okay. Well, like I said, we're just keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Ernesto. If you guys just tuned in, here's a satellite look at Tropical Storm Ernesto. Currently attempting at making landfall in the British Virgin Islands here. Your low pressure is going to be somewhere in here, at least according to radar and satellite. It may be more to the northeast. We're going to be getting a new National Hurricane Center update here in about 30 minutes before. Typically they update it right around 7:40. That's like their normal update time, but it could be anywhere between now and 8. They have their advisories scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern, but most of the time the NHC is very, very early. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, main tropical storm force wind speeds, like I was mentioning before, will be on the northeast quadrant of Ernesto. That's also based off the National Hurricane Center. This blob of convection down here is doing its own thing. I don't really know what's happening there. I don't know what that is. It's partially associated with Ernesto, But the main convection with Ernesto is going to be right in this area here. And then, like I said, your low pressures, I don't know exactly where, but generally in this region here. Moving currently, based on radar and satellite, up to the almost dead northwest. But we should start to see a switch where this starts to move more north-northwest. Here's the radar once again. I can't even tell you where your low pressure is now. I think somewhere in here. I think it's somewhere in here according to radar. It looks further south, but I'm pretty sure it's right in where I just circled here, south of the British Virgin Islands, just south of where we have a camera. I'm going to start refreshing the NHC, even though we're still 45 minutes away from when we're expecting their advisory to be issued. Let me go ahead and quickly check something. Alrighty, let's go ahead and quickly go back to check in Colorado. Okay, nothing there. Alright, let's go check Kansas. Yeah, that new scan is getting more present there for rotation. Doesn't look notable at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on that. That's in west central Kansas. Let's go over to this one. Want to quickly check something. Okay. I wonder how accurate velocities are with this tropical storm. Probably not very accurate. Probably not accurate whatsoever. I do have a feeling... Ooh, it's getting very close. It's getting really, really close to our camera. Our camera is right here. This band is still moving out to the northwest, so it should hit our camera here. I'll let y'all know if we end up seeing anything crazy. It really looks the same, but now the sun set, so it's a lot harder to tell what's happening on that camera. I'm going to keep that camera up so I can watch it. Briefly go check if we have that drop zone data. Still not yet. We have 2 recons out there around this storm. Like I said, one's over Puerto Rico. I don't know if they're going to land at Puerto Rico or keep going into the storm. And then the other one is in the northwest quadrant out in this area. And I think they're going to be moving southeast. I don't really see why they'd be moving anywhere other than southeast. But we haven't gotten an update on their location in quite a bit. We haven't gotten an update in almost 20 minutes now. That's pretty slow. That is pretty slow. That's some Canada radars right there. It's actually, we're obviously waiting for recon, but just 20 minutes, that's normally what Canada does. Actually, I think Canada improved their radars. I think they update every 5 minutes now instead of like 15, 20. Yeah, they update every 5 minutes, so I can't make fun of them anymore. I can still make fun of their big warnings, though. Look at this. This is a big severe thunderstorm watch. I don't even know where... I don't know what that is. I don't know how that's... Like... What? Where's the storm? Do you have storms moving like this? Storms moving like this? Storms moving like this? What's happening? Why is the watch so... I don't even know what shape that is. Cross-like. I don't know. And these aren't too bad of warnings. I mean, okay, that's pretty bad. You got this tiny little thunderstorm here, and then the warnings are like this large. Gracious day. Massive warnings. That's like if the US issued I guess not even county warnings, like almost state severe warnings. Like, say, instead of the National Weather Service issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for this one storm here, like they did here in this instance, I guess you could say that it's as if the NWS would issue it county by county like this. This whole area would be under a severe warning as opposed to just that tiny area. That's what Canada does. Go ahead and pull this back over to Puerto Rico. There we go. Oh, it's over our camera. I can't really tell you what it looks like. I mean, it's just gray night vision. Little wind, some waves out in the ocean. I can't really tell much because the sun's not there. We'll just keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens. See if this gets any worse out here. Oh, I still had that up. All right, let's see if we got any update. Nope, still no update from Recon number 8. Recon number 9, no update either. Recon number 9 hasn't updated in just 10 minutes, which isn't too bad. Recon 8 hasn't updated in almost 20 now. So we'll just keep watching and waiting. I'm just waiting for them to confirm that millibar 996. I saw it on very clearly on Recon, but I want to wait for them to confirm that. Yeah, this camera is getting hit really bad according to radar. The camera's getting hit pretty much the worst. Looks like a little bit more north of the cameras where the worst winds are, but this camera should be getting hit pretty hard. And it's just too difficult to tell because it looks like night vision here. Massachusetts, you're probably going to have some surf out there around Sunday, maybe even well later than that, probably closer to Monday. But we're not expecting any direct impacts to that area. I'll show you the cone here. So, yes, probably somewhere around the 19th and the 20th, you'll have some surf conditions. But currently, we're expecting Ernesto to go generally like this. Then it's going to be hit by a trough over New York, and that's going to push it out to sea somewhere generally like this. I couldn't draw my perfect arrow because that was in the way. So it should head out like that, out to the northeast, closer to Ireland and the UK. We might have like a barely a clip landfall in Nova Scotia or Newfoundland, I believe that is. At the moment, that's too far out to tell, though. But I think Massachusetts will be fine. Like I said, if you're right at the beach, just maybe Monday. Probably going to be Monday. Just don't go in the water because of surf. I don't know exactly when this storm will be parallel to Massachusetts, but it will probably be somewhere around Monday. 6 days from now. Actually, we have a model run that tells us the surf conditions, and it says more of all day Sunday into very early Monday. Yeah, all day Sunday into very early Monday. And we could see rip currents and surfs all along from Florida, I mean all the way up to Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. So if you are going to the beach this weekend, I don't recommend it, but at least just check with your National Weather Service, see what they're saying on rip currents and the forecast in terms of what this may do to the local beach areas. I'm not a professional at all in terms of what the more far impacts are in terms of like surf and stuff like that. But it definitely looks pretty rough on Sunday. I hope it's not as bad as this model run's portraying, because it would be really, really bad along the entire eastern U.S. The eastern seaboard, of course, along the ocean. Utah! South of Salt Lake City? Okay, that's all contamination. Yeah, I do see maybe what you're getting at with this area west of Eagle Mountain, but this is all contamination along this whole line. This is all contaminated velocities here, because that's just Utah. That's just Utah for you. I do remember tracking a few tornadoes out here in Salt Lake City. I think maybe last year. I do remember tracking an event out in Utah. Holy moly, what happened to the night vision on our camera? The night vision on our camera got completely knocked out too. Man. Let me go over to here. Any new update on Recon? Nope. Recon 8? Okay, we do have a new position on Recon. They're going to go for another drop zone. Sweet. So we're going to get another millibar here in probably an hour. Being realistic, actually, I could give you a realistic time, matter of fact. I could give you a realistic time. At 7:50, right around 7:50, they should be very close to, if not in the storm. Oh, someone has a view of that storm in Utah. I don't know exactly what storm this one is, but it's a storm in Utah. We'll go look at it really quick. Someone has a picture from, yeah, this area of Utah. Shows a very, honestly, it looks like pretty low precip. Almost supercell. I don't know if I'd call that a supercell, but it kind of has that structure look to it. It looks really good. It looks really good. I obviously can't tell if it's rotating from a picture, but it just has a good look to it overall. All right, newest radar update showing that those heavy rains are directly over our camera. I wonder if it knocked out our camera's night vision or something. Yeah, there's still some lights on the camera, but it used to have night vision, where we could see at least a bit better, but now it's just you could barely even see anything. If we're still live at 8:30 Eastern, Lucky will join us, assuming he's awake. We might aim to end at 8:40, pending on what the NHC says. I don't know where the low is anymore from radar. I can't tell you. I don't know where the low is anymore. Maybe I could still tell from satellite, but from radar, it is a no-go. Nope, I can't tell from satellite anymore. It's actually exploded in convection intensity on satellite over the last hour. Most specifically, the last 40 minutes. It's really exploded directly over our camera. All right, let's go back over to Kansas. Where'd that rotation go? Wow, that just fell apart super fast. Gracious day, that fell apart very, very fast. What happened? Was it a cell merge? Was it a cell split? I guess the cell split killed it or something. Because that little tiny area of potential rotation completely fell apart. Storms in Colorado don't look too good tornadic-wise, but there's definitely some potential damaging winds with them. Some small hail as well. Welcome, Carson, to the stream. Let's see here. Ooh, what site is that? I wonder what site that is. That's some very high quality satellite imagery. Alrighty, let's go back over to satellite. I'm going to switch to satellite with this. Oh, you know what I just remembered? Watch this. I just remembered you can actually do 3D. It doesn't look too good in Radar Omega. But that's 3D satellite. It's much cooler when Storm has an eye. But yeah, this is intensifying at sunset, which, if I'm not mistaken, sometimes that could be a sign of some more intensification when a storm strengthens at sunset. So this might be a bit stronger, quite a bit stronger tomorrow morning. I wouldn't be shocked if we're looking at a high end or mid, I'd say mid tier Cat 1 tomorrow afternoon. Which is probably why they put out those hurricane watches, because they noted that this could actually intensify quite a lot overnight. So we'll keep an eye on it. So water vapor as well. We don't really have any good satellite. I don't believe we have any visible, I should say, any visible satellite imagery here. Oh yeah, look at that explosion. Look at that explosion of intensification there. At least in the convection on the northeast side of the low pressure. Yeah, this is really a really healthy tropical storm. I guess this is still part of it. It's got a southern blob to it. I really don't know what to think about that. I don't really think that southern blob's going to play much of a role in terms of the intensity of this. I really think we just need to pay very close attention to this area here, and most specifically what this convection's doing around that low pressure somewhere in here. I have really no idea, but somewhere near that L. Stop this clown Chip trying to be Isba. Oh. Okay, Chip, timeout for you. Oh, shoot. That was remove message. Hold on. I gotta time him out. There you go. No, I didn't time him out. Of course not. Oh my word, that jump scared me. I thought I had audio playing. I went to click on this tweet and it played audio. Because what I did was I went to click on I already forgot what it was. Oh, satellite. I went to click on a satellite post that somebody posted of this, see what they said about it. And then Twitter refreshed itself. And at the top, it was something with someone speaking. So I thought I clicked on that and y'all heard it. I mean, I want to try to find that person's analysis because they're really good at hurricanes. Now it's lost in the Twitter abyss, thanks to Twitter automatically refreshing itself. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Now I can actually click on it. And I've read it. I'm not going to say much about it. I mean, I just wanted to quickly look at it. It's good to see what other people think about this tropical system. And I haven't seen anybody really mention any type of rapid intensification with this, but definitely some gradual intensification and probably a little bit quicker, not rapid, but quicker intensification. You know, to where we see a mid-tier category 1 tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Definitely a very real possibility. Also want to check this one as well. Okay. All right, Chip. Enjoy it. Have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. You're gonna miss Lucky. Oh wow, they're already in. Oh, they're already in it. They're already in this storm. They are already inside Ernesto right now. Mission 8. That was very fast. They surprised me. And Mission 9 is going to be heading into it very soon as well. But Mission 8 is already in it. No millibar reading at this moment. No drop zone data at the moment. But we should get that very, very, very quickly here, very soon. It's probably going to be right around the same. The lowest millibar, which this is not, you know, the newest update, it says a 996.7. That might be the lowest we see here. That might be the lowest we see here. SFMR data, that typically overdoes wind speeds, I believe. I'd never trust that. I wanted to see how far the border goes there, so I could put my pin right there. Wow. You guys can't see like a whole, almost half my screen over here. Mission 7? That was a long time ago. I don't know where you got 995 from Mission 7. 995? Dude, Mission 7, the lowest millibar was 1,002. 1,002. That was, I think that was like near 2 p.m. today. I think it was actually closer to 3. Yeah, about 3 p.m., I believe. Now, Mission 8, I haven't gotten the millibar reading on that yet. Yeah, but Mission 7 doesn't. That's old information. It's also a lot weaker too from that because it's older information. Don't really know why you'd look at that one. Man, that convection just exploded. Our camera's getting slammed here. Our camera's right there at my cursor. Oh, our camera's down. Our camera's down. It destroyed the camera. Oh, no. Oh my goodness, I don't know any other sites. Our camera got destroyed. It is disconnected. Oh man. I needed that. I needed that. That was the only good camera I know of. I'm gonna go back to here. I'm gonna go back to this satellite, this infrared. Oops, I gotta do mesosector. Satellite, mesosector. Uh, whoa. That is not the right storm. Wow, that one looks way better. Where the heck is that at? That's gotta be in the Western Pacific. I'll look at that in just a second. After I look at, recon data from here. I still don't see a millibar of 995. I don't see where you're seeing that anywhere. The lowest I see on this one is 996.7 at the moment. Millibar record for a storm in the Atlantic and Gulf. I don't know the millibar record in the Atlantic and Gulf. Okay, I'll look at that right now. I know in the Western Pacific. It is going to be Wilma. Holy cow. 882? That is crazy. An 882 millibar. My goodness, that is a very low millibar. That's from Wilma in 2005. I don't even remember that storm one bit. I mean, of course, I don't remember it, but I mean, like, I don't know any records for it or anything like that. You know, like Katrina, I've heard of. I've heard of a lot of other storms, 2005 as well, some other historic hurricanes, but I've never heard of Wilma for some reason, somehow. All right, we should be getting an NHC update here very, very soon. I'm going to go and refresh our National Hurricane Center. Not yet. It should be within the next 18 minutes. I want to go check that storm, though. I think it was the Western Pacific. Yeah, this one. Oh, that's expected to become a almost a Category 3 hurricane there in the Western Pacific, or Category 3 typhoon. And that's going to become, that's going to cut very close to, is that Japan? I think that's Japan. Let me go look. Yeah, that's going to go like, oh my goodness. That's going to go right into Tokyo, Japan. It looks like it's going to curve away last second and miss Tokyo, but Tokyo is definitely going to feel impacts from that. Category 3 typhoon passing right by Tokyo. That is going to be Thursday night. Wow. I was unaware of that one. All right, now we just wait for the NHC. I don't want to have that site open. There you go. I guess I'll close that camera site too now that it's going to be useless because it's down. Still no update from Recon. We probably won't get that till almost 8. And then they'll implement that. That's why our advisory is not really early. It's still 16 minutes away, but I imagine it's going to be like right about 8 p.m. before we get that advisory, because they're going to want to see what information this recon gets, as it's just now entering the low pressure center of Ernesto. Yeah, this one. There we go. Let's see. Oh, I completely missed that page. Let me go over to this again. Recon number 8. I mean, that does say millibar of 995, but I haven't seen that, so... I mean, we'll see if the HC goes to 995 with a new update or not. I'd like to actually see that on the millibar of the Recon. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this, go back to the mesoscale. Go back here. Alright, quickly going to go look at Colorado's storms again really quick, as well as storm in Kansas, see if they're doing anything. Nope. Keep an eye on that little front edge there, but that's probably going to stay outflow dominant. Go back to Kansas. Wow, these storms just... They look completely different now. Yeah, we actually got a new storm that fired up here near Sharon Springs in west central Kansas. That's interesting. I don't think it'll do much, though. So, like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, share the stream with your family, friends, social media. If you want to tune into future coverage streams or live weather briefings, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the notification bell set to all, so you know when I go live or upload a video. It is greatly appreciated. I don't know when we'll be ending. We'll probably end in the next about an hour or so. Could be just before that. We'll either end in like 25 some minutes or in like 55 minutes. Depends on if we get the NHC update and the recon data. Let me quickly go over here. I think we're already past 2 hours in. Yeah, we're past 2 hours in. That's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to do at least a 2-hour live stream. Recon found 996.7. So they missed the center. Oh. Well, I mean, that means the center might be over the Virgin Islands right now. That means our center might have completely moved way more north. Our center might be up here. Lucky said he'll join at 8:30. I don't know if I'm going to stay live for that or not. I don't know if we'll be live that long. Yeah, that's what I was trying to see, Carson. I mean, regardless, Lucky will be live at 8:30. Or, yeah, 8:30. According to what he set up on stream, what he said to me, so... most of y'all already know his channel will be live at 8:30 over there. So if we somehow miss Landfall, which we might have already covered Landfall and just not... just didn't know it because... I mean, I just don't know where this low pressure is. I don't know where the low pressure is. Based on recon, it doesn't look like they completely missed the low pressure. Oh, wow, they just dove south. So they're gonna go right into it here very soon again. And we're also gonna get Recon 9 in it too. Lucky's Weather is his YouTube. Just look up Lucky's space weather. And it should pop right up. He's got like just over, I think, 375 subscribers. Between 375 and 380. Last time I checked. I don't know exactly what he's at. We'll see what the NHC says. I wouldn't be shocked if anywhere up here. Our low pressure could be anywhere in this area. I have zero clue now. Before, I was pretty confident on it being like here, but now I have zero clue. No idea. Yeah, NHC is going to have a little later update, so it'll probably be just barely before 8 p.m. because of that recon data. They want to make sure they can get as much data from recon as possible before issuing the advisory. Let's see. Refresh this again. It still looks healthy. I'd even argue even more healthier than when we first started. I think it's a lot more healthier than when we first started up the stream. I'm quite surprised by that. I didn't think it'd get, you know, too much stronger, but I wouldn't be shocked if this is, Oh, here's a new update. It's moving over the Virgin Islands. Yep. Landfall. I believe that's Landfall at 8 p.m. right now. Did they up it? Yeah, 998. Okay, that's very fair. That's very fair. Personally, I think they should have went one lower, but 998, that's perfectly fine. And max sustain wins at 65. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I personally think they should have dropped that millbar one more because Recon found 997, 996, and 996 point something. Point something. I don't know what it was, and it's gone now, so I can't tell you. They found 2 millibars of 996. One was like 996 on the dot. Other one was 996 point something. And then another one was 997. So I don't know why they went one higher, but they did. We might be able to see it on here if we go to the NHC on this. Gracious day. This has all the recon and everything. I can never understand how to get that stuff off from GR2. Or GR Earth, rather. Radar Omega updated yet? Nope. So we'll wait for Radar Omega to update that track. And then we'll be able to see if it's actually made landfall according to the NHC. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? The NHC has a zoomable map now. Yep. They have it already made landfall. Yeah, they have the center being, I don't know exactly where. So there's Road Town right here. They have the low pressure being right here. So it made landfall right around 740, yeah. Right around 740 Eastern, this made landfall. Are they forecasting a major? Nope. Still not forecasting a major just yet. Oh, yeah. It's at 65. Yeah, they're forecasting it to strengthen 20 miles per hour in the next day. All right, well, I think we got all of our information. We could stay live a bit longer, but I feel like I'm probably just gonna call it quits here in 15. Because we got that recon data, we got the NHC update, so I'll automatically redirect you guys to Lucky's live stream. I'll do that again since he's staying consistent. As long as he stays consistent, I'll continue to send you guys over there. And yeah, I forgot to do it yesterday. I meant to, but I forgot. So you guys won't have to leave the stream. You just stay here until it ends and the stream completely ends, and then it will say it. I think it will say it over the pinned comment that you can just join Lucky early, or you can just wait until the stream fully ends, and then it should send you right away. So much rule area in VA. Yeah, you don't got to tell me. You do not have to tell me. I kind of do want to wait until this cone updates, but I'm pretty confident that will update within the 14 minutes here that we have left. About 14. We're 5 likes away from the like goal, so if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Ernesto looks just way better than it did 24 hours ago, too. This thing's just continuing to strengthen. It keeps strengthening. I think it's going to strengthen. It could hit major hurricane status. I would not be shocked at all if it hits major hurricane status in, let me tell you, the most likely day. This point here, yeah. That would be Thursday. I think I already said that. Thursday night. Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. I would not be shocked if we have a major hurricane. Would not be surprised at all. Pure luck, Sam. Pure freaking luck. That's how he got his license. I mean, he struggled a bit, but not even close to as much as I did. I can't tell you how much I struggled. It wasn't because I was a bad driver. No, no, no. It had never a problem with my driving at all. It was just simply the DMV. It was just simply the DMV. And then Lucky just walks in there, literally walks in there one day and then gets his license. I've been trying ever since I started driver's ed, I think when I was 14, either that or 15. Pretty sure I was 15. Just after my birthday when I turned 15, started driver's ed, and then I didn't get my license until well after I turned 18. Or was it before I turned 18? I think it was after. Yeah, it was well after. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Very well after I turned 18. I don't know how Lucky got it, but mine was a bunch of unfortunate events. A bunch of unfortunate events. I mean, a bunch. Oh, was that the new update? I swear I just saw something move over here. It was probably just radar glitching. Probably. Well, your state's also the issue too, Carson. Because when I moved to Virginia, they reset all the progress that I did. So essentially, I had to do my permit all over again. And then, well, a little something got in the way once I finished that. That kind of maybe not be able to get my license. A lot of very unfortunate events, like I said. Oh, I know I didn't get good luck after Lucky either. I think my luck went more downhill after meeting Lucky. Probably. Your state's not the best, Carson. If I had to pick like any state to live in, is that the new update? Yep. That's exactly where I thought it was too. Well, after I looked at the NHC update, I had no idea. I had no idea after before the update. Like I said, I didn't know where that thing was. I knew it was somewhere in here, and that's all I knew. Yep, that's your new update there. And it looks like they kept the intensity completely the same. Not much changed here. Look at this thing. It's already been alive for so long. I believe this is when it was an AOI, Invest, Tropical Storm. Then tomorrow morning, most likely, definitely by tomorrow afternoon, Hurricane and Cat 2, and then moving up here. And we'll probably, like I said, I still think we'll see a Cat 3, most likely, right somewhere between these 3 points here, most likely the middle, which is, I believe, Thursday afternoon. Nope, Thursday night still. Still Thursday night. So, made Landfall. We did cover Landfall indeed. I just had absolutely no idea because I couldn't tell where the heck that low pressure was. I couldn't tell where that thing was. Give me just a moment. Okay. Would you ever get a pilot license? Heck no. Heck no. I would not trust myself. No way. Nope. Never. So, yeah. What was... I would live in a better state if Lucky didn't live here. That's dude, that's crazy. That is crazy comparing because
I joined chat.
He just joined.
I joined chat. I scroll up, all about me. Everyone's flaming me. Everyone's flaming me. By the way, TRJ, I can't hear you. I don't know if you're talking or not.
I just changed that. I just changed that. It happened on stream. Like, oh, it's because I updated my drivers. That's why. That's why. But yeah, everyone's been flaming you for like the last 30 minutes, bud.
Yes, I know. That's all I've been seeing. Makes me want to not stream. I'm kidding.
Like kidding, literally the last 30 minutes we've just been talking about you. That should make you feel good.
Yeah, but what was it about though?
Your driver's license. And
oh yeah, I got that, bro. I literally just walked in there and said, "Give me my license." Okay, I didn't say that. I walked in there. I said, "I'm here to take my license test." And because luckily, the one I went to, I have someone there that has been through, like, that has been with me ever since I got my permit. She was the one who gave me my permit. She was the one who gave me my license. And so when I came back one time, the registration literally expired the day before we went.
I didn't ask for your whole life story here, bud.
But anyways, yeah, so, yeah, I walked in there. I was like, I'm ready. Passed that with ease. Took 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Literally.
Yeah, bro got it way too easy. They give me all this hard time for freaking 4 years, and they just hand this dude his license.
But like literally, this is exactly what I did. All right, we left the DMV, right? We left the DMV. We took a left, right? I'm not gonna tell you all the turns, but we took a left
Yeah, right.
after a stop sign, and then we literally drove for approximately a minute and a half, and we turned into a neighborhood. I did a 3-point turn, and then I backed up in a straight line, and we drove back, and I got my license. So about a 5-minute driver's test.
That's crazy.
Lucky would be the Titanic driver. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom, bro. Can't deal with Carson, man. Too much already. Tired of getting flamed, man. Tired. I'll be right back. I'm tired of getting flamed, bro.
Make sure you make it back in time.
I'll make it back in time. Don't worry.
Also, Carson, that's a little bit too out of hand. So could you like not say stupid stuff like that? Thank you. That'd be great. So let's go back over to our National Hurricane Center advisory. So this is a wind field here. You can see our main tropical storm force wind speeds. Very large, very, very large wind field here. Let's see how this compares to satellite imagery. Yeah, the whole blob of convection. Literally what I was saying before the advisory. You know, right where your low pressure is. Which, this is weird. Your low pressure is actually here. I always think your low pressure is like right where that advisory, you know, right where it kind of has that little indent. But the low pressure is actually right here, pointing all to the northeast. All up in here is where we have those tropical storm force wind speeds, and then we have the oh, you guys can hear the beeping now. Yeah, here comes another beep. Here comes another beep. Here comes another beep.
Tornado warning for
Always
Central Washington County in northeastern Colorado, Washington County in Colorado.
I've got like 5 seconds to end this stream. You know what? We're just gonna continue. We're just gonna continue. We're just gonna continue. That looks interesting. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. We'll just continue because Lucky's here. We'll just push it for 33 more minutes. It's fine. It is fine. And then we can send you guys straight over to Lucky's stream pretty much right when he starts. We'll end at 8:40. He'll start at 8:45. So that's your main tropical storm force wind speeds. And this is your main tropical storm force wind speeds here with potentially gusts upwards of hurricane force. That's right in the middle of that convection. So if we go back over to here, right in here is where you're going to be seeing those wind gusts possibly as high as hurricane force. Welcome back, Legacy. You made it before we ended. We almost ended right there, but we're just going to continue on.
How about me as a pilot?
We got a tornado warning while you were gone.
Oh.
And that pilot thing was a long time ago.
About maybe, I don't know, 2 minutes ago when I left.
I didn't see any comments about that, but all right. It looks like they just warned contamination at the moment. They've actually done that before.
I would live in the best state if Lucky didn't live here. Bro, there's nothing to do in here. Nothing to do.
North Carolina is not the best state. I don't know what he's on about.
Either way, bro, it's not even the best state.
Neither is Virginia. I don't want to live in either one of these states, but I'm stuck.
Bro, I'd be better off in South Carolina, bro.
Nope.
No, dude. Especially if you live along the beach, there's a lot of stuff.
South Carolina's better, but if I could choose a state, I'd probably go for like Arkansas or Missouri.
Why?
Because it's just better. Lucky must not be thinking.
All right. Wait.
All right, I'll call you back at 8:30.
Wait.
Oh wait, he told me to wait. I gotta join back.
Wait, I'm starting in 5 minutes, bro.
You said 8:45.
Yeah, well, you said earlier. I said 8:15. Did you not read?
For you calling. I didn't say when can you start stream. I said when are you going to join? 8:30. You said yes. I said can you join any earlier? You said 8:15.
Well, I'm gonna stream in 5 minutes, so.
All right.
Let me get out the way.
Wow. That's how Lucky looks at streaming, y'all. Just getting it out of the way.
Well, and plus, bro, think about it.
You missed landfall, by the way.
It's fine.
It was 750
Oh well.
or around there. 740, 750, one or the other. I've already forgotten.
Lucky and I live in the not best state. Yeah, you're right.
Hurricane track for a storm moving it.
I
Oh, I remember that.
that.
Oh my word, feet.
WSV 3 days, bro.
Man, wasn't that like 2020?
No.
I'm pretty
It was
sure that was 2020.
21 or 22.
No,
21
it
or
had to be
22.
2022.
Had to be, bro.
I don't think it was 2021.
Bro, it literally gave us the option to move it all the way to Australia, and we said, what speed? I said, you know what? 4,500. Why not? Bro,
Dude.
if this thing was moving at hundreds, like 500 miles an hour, it'd probably be at us in about, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. That'd be a fast moving storm. What's the fastest?
Probably an extra
What?
tropical system. Probably somewhere around 60, 50. Probably 50.
What was the fastest moving tropical system ever?
Oh, holy cow.
Alright.
That's wind speeds. I was gonna say there ain't no way a tropical storm moved at 215 miles per hour.
Alright. What's the fastest moving hurricane ever recorded? Traveling 600 miles an hour. No. Traveling 600 miles in approximately 12 hours time. The Great New England Hurricane of 1938 exhibited the fastest forward speed, upwards of 60 miles per hour, ever recorded in hurricane history. Since the hurricane moved at a speed similar to that of a train, the hurricane was coined the Long Island Express.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that before.
Me neither. What's the fastest cyclone ever recorded? Oh. Hurricane Patricia.
That's the strongest, I think, in the Atlantic Basin.
EPAC. No, it was in the EPAC.
My bad.
Yeah. Almost there.
I was close.
All right, well, I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Good night. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Language, Lucky.
Well, my bad. I thought you deafened. It said you deafened.
Bro.
It
Okay,
said.
I'm muting.
Wait. How long are you staying live for?
For 8:40. 8:40.
Okay. All right, yo.
Lucky. Okay.
My bad.
This dude. Now he's going to start up his stream. Now you can watch his stream and my stream at the same time. Like I said, I'll send you guys over there once I end. So yeah, let me just double check. Lucky's muted. Yes, he is, and I'm muted as well. Just want to make sure I'm not interrupting his stream. So, like I said, this storm already made landfall. If you're just tuning in, we're watching Tropical Storm Ernesto currently moving up to the northwest, now leaving the British Virgin Islands after making landfall. Somewhere right around, let me zoom in for y'all. Somewhere right in, where am I? I gotta have radar on. Here. Right in here. I know it's blue, but it was somewhere right in this area is where it made landfall. Probably near Kelly's Bayside Inn is most likely where it made landfall. As a mid-tier tropical storm. Winds between 60 and 65 miles per hour, sustained and gusts upwards of low-end hurricane force. Let's go back over to satellite. Long wave, there you go. Look how large this system is. Very, very, very large system. But the actual tropical storm force wind speeds are limited to this little blob here. This is just such a big wave. Let's do a very, very long 250 frame loop over here. Still radar indicated. Just wanted to double check. Look at that. Now you can see the whole the progress of tropical storm. Why do I keep forgetting it? Ernesto. There you go. I keep forgetting it for a couple seconds and I remember it. It's been a very large wave. Very large wave. Then it had a pretty good intensification phase up until the Lesser Antilles. Look at all that intensification pretty much on the Lesser Antilles. Then it kind of fell apart a bit. And then it tried again early this morning. And then it blew up there as well. Afternoon and then landfall right there. And then here we are now. So, yeah, let's go back over to that tornado warning in Colorado. Not really much to speak of there, just some broad rotation. I see winds going, where's our radar site at? Okay, so you got winds going away from the radar site. You got winds going away from the radar site like this, and then winds going towards the radar site like this. So both winds going towards and away from the radar site, so that indicates an area of rotation right in the middle. Right in here. So that's where we may have a tornado. Remember, a tornado warning means a tornado is imminent or possibly even on the ground. In order for the National Weather Service to observe a tornado, there has to have already been one ongoing. So that's why you need to treat these warnings very, very, very seriously. This is out here in east central Colorado, to the east of Woodrow, Colorado. And we could still see another spin up later on tonight as well. Just from other cells that will be occurring overnight. This storm went considerable, which is significant for 70-mile-an-hour winds in Sharon Springs, west central Kansas. So that is a considerable severe. Recommend seeking shelter if you are south of Goodland, Kansas, because that is a bit more of a stronger cell there. It's considered a significant severe. Go back over here, and then back over to this one. Not the most impressive tropical storm I've ever seen, that's for sure. But it's still quite impressive. But definitely not the most impressive tropical storm I've seen. All right, let's go back over to here. There's 182 people inside that tornado warning in Colorado. There we go. Alrighty. Well, we're just gonna continue to wait here till we approach the end stream. So this is gonna be a little bit more of a quiet stream, most likely, till we end right around 8:40 Eastern. I'm expecting a hurricane at the 8 a.m. advisory. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, no, the 2 a.m. advisory. Next advisory. Maybe not 11. Okay, 11 p.m. is the next advisory, but the next full advisory at 2 a.m. Yeah, I think we're going to see a hurricane. 2 a.m. We'll probably see it strengthen 5 miles per hour at 11 and then 5 miles per hour, which will make it a hurricane at 2 a.m. Eastern. See if we're going to get another recon into this before we end. Doesn't look like it. Maybe they'll book it in without us even realizing it. But I don't think we'll get another recon into this storm before we end. Alright. Is Lucky done screaming over there? I don't know if I can scare him yet or not. I don't have my phone with me. Is he done his intro? Somebody go check for me, please. If he's done his intro, I'll go scream at him. Let's see. Done his intro. Lucky. All right, we'll see if we got him.
Sir.
I don't think we got him. I don't think
Nope,
I
you
got
didn't get me.
Nope.
Nope.
He's just yapping now. Yeah, that's lucky for you. With his intense Cat 5 music. Man, lucky they get
Bro,
you.
quit Bro. Oh, Legacy.
Uh,
TJ, what up?
hi.
What up, man? How are you?
I'm okay. I'm having fun streaming.
Yeah,
Fun
I feel that. I
streaming.
feel that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this tropical storm?
I just clicked the live button, buddy. But it's definitely pretty strong for a tropical storm. It's definitely gonna be dumping a lot of rain. I mean, as you can see over Puerto Rico, all these bands of rain. They've been moving, onshore and then offshore, and then just more gets thrown onshore. Near, oh man, Cruz Bay. Yeah, they're probably getting some. They're probably getting some intense rainfall. Road Town just got slammed. Whatever. Yeah, Road Town, Little Mountain.
Is that like central, western, eastward?
Eastward, where it made landfall.
Oh, yeah. We actually had a camera there and it got demolished. Not in that
As
exact area, but the eastern portion of that island it made landfall on. We started watching it from the start before it was even close to that area.
There's no eye, y'all. Is that a shocker? There's no eye on on radar either.
Let me go see.
At least I don't think so. I don't see any like.
I mean, no, it's just a blob of convection spinning.
That's really all it is.
I mean, tropical storms don't typically have eyes, Lucky.
Huh?
Tropical storms don't typically have eyes.
I know, but didn't what's it called? We just covered it.
Debbie.
Yeah, had
Yeah,
an
that made it
eye.
more impressive, yeah.
Yeah, that was
I said that too. I said it was probably the most impressive tropical storm I've seen.
probably, yeah. Let's be
Because
honest, y'all.
it looked way more like a hurricane. I mean, that thing had a very well-defined eye on radar. Most
Just not
tropical
on-
storms are just a bunch of blobs of rain.
Which this is what this is.
Yep.
Not like
And just
yes.
the compact center core is where you have those tropical storm winds. I mean, it's a small area of tropical storm wind speeds.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it small. I mean, it's pretty decent. It's not the smallest area.
I gotta ask you something.
What?
I'm gonna mute both of us. Mute me on yours.
Okay.
Am I muted?
Yep. Probably not for me. But you can. What day is it? Tuesday? Yeah, I'd probably join. I don't know. Debbie was not a terrible tropical storm, Carson. I don't know what you on about, man. Dang. I wonder where. Wow. Yeah. You did. You did. All right. Good night. What?
How's your day?
I already said it.
What?
You already said that question. Let me guess.
I
You
don't
forgot? Yep. I knew it. I should have
I
said
don't
it. I
remember.
don't remember.
I don't remember.
You've already told me that. You've already asked me that.
All right. What was your answer?
I said just streaming and I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you did say that. Now I remember.
Yeah, now
Brain fart.
you remember.
Brain fart moment.
Yeah, that's pretty much every second for you. What? I didn't say that.
I don't know who did then.
Just your imagination, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're gonna. You know what? I haven't even talked about any of the model runs.
I was gonna go look at that in a few minutes.
I haven't talked. I think I talked a bit about the GFS, and I talked about like the now casting for the H Wharf.
Bro, TRG.
Oh, all the 18 seasons. Okay, bye. I gotta go through all this stuff. Good night. All right, let's start with the GFS. All these new models are in. We haven't gone through any of them. Hold on, before we go through this, let's just go check that tornado warning. We're good to go. Barely even rotating. Don't know why it's warned as always. Oh, no. They actually had a good reason to warn that. That was a pretty decent area of rotation, but it looked like contamination for quite a few scans. What scene's going to be better, this one or this one? Probably this one. Is this different? Okay, no, this one. I just hate how it's lopsided. I can't stand that, but unfortunately, we're going to just have to deal with it. So here's the GFS model. Currently having this at a 1,004 millibar tropical storm, which we know is dead wrong because it's down to at least a 998. Then quite quickly intensifying to a hurricane tonight and is a hurricane by tomorrow morning. And then progressing into a Category 2 hurricane as we go towards Thursday morning. Then Thursday night into Friday might barely get to major hurricane status, but looks like GFS is keeping it right around that Cat 2 range, around 970, 967 millibar there. And then missing Bermuda to the west, but still Bermuda will feel impacts if this model run does verify. And then progressing it up towards New Brunswick and Newfoundland there. European 12Z, which I haven't looked at. I've looked at pretty much none of these models. In terms of like more in the future, I've looked at like the first 3 frames of each of these. Dead wrong with the intensity, having a 1,004 millibar landfall, completely dead wrong there. Slowly going into a Category 1 hurricane on the morning of the 15th. Very slowly intensifying to a Category 2 hurricane on the morning of the 17th, and then weakening from there on out. Did it barely miss Bermuda? Where's Bermuda on here? Yep, miss Bermuda to the east as a 972 Hurricane Cat 2 there. And then looks like it really doesn't hit anything else. Kind of bounces around, maybe goes towards Newfoundland there. Let's go over to our H-Wharf model run now. Little teaser there for the Cat 5. Let's see what it actually shows. I don't know what it shows at all. 999, that's closer, but still 1 millibar too weak, 1 millibar too high there on the H-Wharf model. Go ahead and progress that more up to the northwest. Quite quickly intensifies to a Category 1 hurricane tomorrow morning. Category 2 hurricane by tomorrow afternoon. Category 3 hurricane on the afternoon of the 15th. And looks like we stay Cat 3, probably pushing Cat 4 on the 18th of August. And did it miss Bermuda? I don't think I saw Bermuda here. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to have to look at the H-Wharf parent model to see where it is correlated to Bermuda. Clean miss. Clean a swing and a miss for Bermuda. Some outer, maybe up to tropical storm force wind speeds on this particular model run, but nothing even close to as aggressive as what we saw like yesterday. 18Z HMON, a little bit still too weak with a 999 millibar, 1 millibar too high. Again, intensifies to a Category 1 hurricane tomorrow morning, Category 2 tomorrow afternoon, Category 3 on the afternoon of the 15th, and that is pushing, definitely pushing Category 4 status there on August 16th before weakening back down to probably Cat 3 intensity and a near direct landfall on August 17th for Bermuda. And then, of course, actually, I was going to say, of course, weakens, but somehow manages to strengthen as it leaves Bermuda, which is, I believe, the first model to show it strengthening there as it leaves Bermuda. That's the H-Bond. Now onto our HAFSA model run. What the heck? I'm in the Virgin Islands. No, south of Puerto Rico. No, Virgin Islands. What? What? What in the world? Just teleport, why don't you? Okay, well, anyways, 994 tonight, which is a near category 1 hurricane. So that would be a category 1 hurricane tomorrow morning. Slowly intensifies to Cat 2 tomorrow night, more of into Thursday morning. And then hits category 3 intensity right around probably it might not hit Cat 3. That's probably still high in Cat 2, borderline Cat 3 on the morning of 16th of August, and misses Bermuda to the west as a Cat 3, 9:59 there. That's going to be right around Cat 3, if not Cat 3. 9:49, that is a definitely a Cat 4, or definitely a Cat 3, probably pushing Cat 4 intensity there. 9:46 is likely a Category 4 hurricane there, August 18th. That's most of the time a Category 4 hurricane there at 9:46 millibars. Still, Bermuda would feel some impacts from that, but I don't think you're still going to feel some pretty solid impacts if that does happen. It's more west, but still going to feel tropical storm impacts from that. Now let's go to HAFSB, which is, I believe, our last model run, which is one of the more aggressive model runs here. Little bit actually stronger than what Ernesto currently is. Category 1 tomorrow afternoon, Category 2 tomorrow night, Category 3 on the morning of the 15th, and then Category 4 as you go into the afternoon and evening of August 16th, Category 4 as you go into August 17th, and that is going to be a borderline Category 5 as you go into August 18th. So that is definitely the most aggressive model run there. Hey, Lucky. Go ahead and just tell him real quick.
See what happens with that. Yes.
Most aggressive model run is the HAFSB.
B. Yeah, that one. A 936.
Yep. And then the weirdest model run is the HAFSA. Did you see it at the beginning jump around?
Yes. Let's say it. Oh, nope. No pressure right here. Nope. Back over here. Nope.
It like doesn't know what to do. I think it thinks that second blob of convection became a low pressure for a bit.
Imagine this thing split into 2 tropical systems.
That'd be crazy.
Bro.
All right, I got to go over the ensembles real quick because I'm ending in like... I got to start ending in 4.
Okay. DMs.
All right, let's go to GEFS ensembles. This is the new ones, so that's good. Here's your new ones. Still a little split, but the majority of these are going to take it very close to Bermuda with tropical storm impacts at the minimum for Bermuda there. We'll look at the 12Z GEFS. Those are a lot less aggressive with the west, or a lot more aggressive with the west variant. So it looks like on 18Z, these have shifted slightly to the south, to the east. More impacts for Bermuda there on the 18Z GEFS ensembles. Euro ensembles here, 12Z. As always, very aggressive, showing multiple different ensembles with Category 5 intensity. Multiple major hurricanes, if not near 4 Cat 5s. Cat 4, Cat 5 intensities there, as multiple ensembles have landfall over Bermuda with the European ensembles there. So yeah, that is going to be a quick rundown, very quick rundown of all your model runs. We're going to go ahead and start concluding stream here very soon. Just going to make sure... Oh, let's go over the icon. Just see what the icon model has here. Icon starting off with a very weak start there. Actually gets relatively on track with a hurricane forming tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, more of tomorrow evening. Category 2 by tomorrow, very late tomorrow night. Category 3 on the morning of the 15th. And then Category 4 on the 7th. Actually, more of the afternoon of the 16th there. And probably not Cat 5, but that would be a debatable borderline Cat 5 there for Bermuda. Most likely Category 4 on the evening, the late afternoon, early evening of August 17th for the icon model. See what the 12Z had just really quick. 12Z was just slightly more aggressive. Pretty much the same thing, just a little bit more aggressive with the intensity. That is it. Oh, 18Z is notably slower. Oh, actually, my bad. 18Z just hasn't rendered in all the way. I didn't know that. 12Z goes 180 frames out. 18Z goes 120 frames out on the icon model. I did not know that. 12Z goes further out. That shows you I don't look at the icon much. CMC model, another model I don't look at that often. Still a little bit weaker than what it actually is right now. Category 1 Hurricane. Pretty late. Category 1 Hurricane on August 16th. Very, very late start there. That is a very much unlikely scenario by the CMC model. We can consider that an outlier. And the tornado warning has now expired. That expired just moments ago. Don't know why I switched to the severe scene, because we're actually going to be switching to the ending scene. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you guys can, make sure you hit a like button on the way out. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you for tuning in to this 3-hour live stream. YouTube likes to cut off a portion of the live stream for some reason. Over like the last couple days, YouTube's been cutting it off. I don't think we've had any lags or any disconnecting errors, but if we have, just let me know in the chat if you experienced any lag or anything like that. I will send you guys straight over to Lucky's live stream. Just after it ends, you could just literally stay here and you will be sent right over to Lucky's live stream. No need to leave the stream. You'll just immediately be redirected to his live stream. And he'll be live for probably, I imagine, at least an hour or so. But thank you, mods, for Mono Chat, Pete, Catman, Caleb, Chip, and Legacy. Thank you for Modern Chat, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Stay safe, watch severe weather and the tropics. I'll see you guys in another live stream, and I don't know when it will be. We'll just see. Goodbye.
See you later, brothers.
Stay safe, watch severe weather in the tropics, and I'll see you guys in my next live stream. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you, mods, for Mod and Chat. Good.